Staying on new music, turning this into a music podcast. We listened
My throat
to.
was mad itchy.
You got COVID.
Probably all those freaking people, 25 people.
The new Pusha T song. Thoughts and opinions. Kanye produced.
Oh, that one was fire.
Yeah, I like that one.
Anything Pusha T's fire. Like I don't understand why people kind of like sleep on Pusha T. Like they think it's like a joke because of the whole Drake beef. I'm like, just because they had beef doesn't mean like you gotta downplay people's music, right? Like separate the art from the artist. Like I hate people are so whack like that. Like you guys, like you so mad about the Drake beef. You're saying his music's whack. Like nah, it's actually not. Like
I haven't even literally seen anybody say
really,
that.
I've seen it recently. I mean, because it was a video that dropped of like Julia Fox and somebody else. I think it might have been the song that
It probably was. Yeah.
and then people were like, I don't know, right? You guys like clowning Julia Fox. Like, how you supposed to dance to a Pusha T song? And then like I need the comments of like, yeah, you can't dance to his music. And then someone else was like, yeah, he's whack. Blah, blah, blah. They brought up the Drake thing. They're like, anytime Pusha T is the topic of the conversation, if you go on the thread, you see the comments. There's definitely people talking about Drake under. And I always see that like that. They brought up Drake in that video.
Why did that hurt people so much?
Because they're obsessed with Drake and they think Drake's like them, and or they think Drake's their fan member.
It's interesting.
It's never that serious. Like it's rap beef. That's it.
You know what the thing though? I think it's because back in the day there used to be a thing like the concept of like, well, nowadays we look at it as like there's people that are considered street legends, which would be people that are like that were prominent in like street rap. Like I'm gonna say a bunch of names that you don't know or listen to. Like if you look at like a lot of the people from Rockefeller, like Beanie Siegel, Freeway, and people like that, they had like even Nori for like to a certain extent. Like there were certain rappers that like were popular, but they were popular in the streets, and Pusha T and Clips in general were those people. That's like they came from Virginia, like, which is an area that we know now as being like crazy for music with Missy Elliott and Timbaland and Pharrell and I'm sure many other people that I'm definitely forgetting. But like they had hits forever, but like in the street. So it's a difference between like a pop Hotline Bling sort of song being popular and then something else being popular in the streets. Like Fabulous, for example, has had pretty big songs, but most of his songs were like hits in the streets. Like you don't hear them played on pop radio, or you don't necessarily hear it outside, but just because you don't hear it outside doesn't mean that it's not popping somewhere. Like a lot of the New York stuff, if you listen to if you're around in this area, there's New York drill songs that are very popular. Like when Welcome to the Party by Pop Smoke came out, it was going crazy over here. But if you went over to Ohio, which is like right next to us, they weren't listening to it. So people have that perception that like Pusha T just got popping.
Yeah, like he's been relevant for so long. People don't realize how many major songs he was a part of. Like he literally was in No Flex Zone. Like that was 10 years ago almost. Like I was in, what was our senior year? That was like 2013.
He has a lot of songs.
Like he's been relevant.
Even before that.
And he's been relevant too for a while.
The Clips had a lot of hits. The reason why Kanye knows Pusha T is because of Clips. Like so, it's interesting. But nonetheless, the visual was nuts. I saw the behind the scenes because we were talking about how it was shot with the film and stuff like that. I actually saw the camera that they were shooting with. It was very old. Wow. Film camera. But
it's crazy how it could be old, but it still looks like new because it's like the quality is still really good.
Yeah. That's what we were talking before. It's not necessarily about the age of the camera. It's really the lens that makes the camera what it is.
It's like what we're watching it on. Like people were watching music videos from older TVs before.
Yeah, so everything looked horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, song was good. Definitely interested in what the album is going to be like with Kanye producing the whole thing. One thing I will hope that it is, I hope it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like the Kanye production style that's kind of going on right now, where it sounds just like the Diet Coke, where it's like a soul sample and then like a snare. Like I hope it's not only that.
And then it just gets repetitive.
Yeah. Like what's that song, like Christ-like and Life-like, whatever that song is that Kanye made? That song to me is like the same kind of structure as Diet Coke. Not that it's not good, but I hope it's just not limited to that. I hope there's more, like
Yeah.
it expands more. But he was saying how he's looking to move away from just talking about drugs.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
I mean, I think that's cool. You know, 'cause there's more to him that people probably want us to know about.
But who's gonna give us all these coke entendres?
We got enough.
No,
And I'm sure there's still gonna be bars here and there, but it's just not gonna be all about it.
I don't think we have enough. Because every time I think we have enough, he comes up with something else. Because they were talking, like I've heard people talk about how he's gonna do, because he just had a baby.
Yeah.
So how he's gonna do the baby, like flips.
Yeah, that's why I think like he'll still bring it up, but I just think it just won't be overwhelming. So it'll be interesting. You know,
Yeah,
it'll be
I'm
cool to hear
interested.
him talking about parenthood and being a husband and all that stuff. It'll be interesting. Maybe he got other stuff to say about like what goes on in the industry, maybe like friendships. So.
Yeah, and I need that song that he previewed at the Kenzo show. I need that too, because that sounded nuts. You don't remember it? Oh my god.
And I gotta make a list after this of what I gotta listen to.
Yeah, that preview, we're gonna need that. If that's on the album, then it's definitely outside of the production on Diet Coke. And again, not that I didn't like it, but you know, when you have one producer making your entire project, sometimes you could get stuck in that box where a producer they have a certain style, so every song is most likely going to be the exact same thing, basically. Like if you get a Metro Boomin type album, everything's going to sound like a Metro Boomin beat. So I hope it's just not limited to that. It's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think so. 'Cause I feel he probably feels like he has something to prove too, especially after the Drake thing. Because he got obviously a whole bunch of people that started hating on him after that. So. Oh,
yeah.
nose ring.